Welcome to The Explainer, everyone. Today, we're diving into a fascinating search for the father of the Indian Renaissance. But, to really grasp this person's massive impact, we gotta start right here in the present. I want you to literally picture the sheer energy of a modern Indian metropolis today. Just imagine it. You've got these sleek metro trains zipping overhead, women confidently stepping into towering corporate offices, and university students packed into busy cafes, laptops out, collaborating on the next big thing. It's electric, right? It's this forward-looking, high-speed atmosphere of a nation just surging ahead. And that vibrant modern reality, that is our starting point today. Because that vibrant reality doesn't just exist in a vacuum. It's built on some really solid pillars of modern India. We're talking about a thriving democracy. Seriously, one of the most dynamic political systems on the entire planet. We're looking at pioneering tech hubs. These are cities literally coding the future and driving innovation across the globe. Then you've got this massive system of higher education that's empowering millions of students to shape tomorrow. And absolutely crucial to all of this, constitutional protections for women's rights, guaranteeing equality and opportunity in the workplace and way beyond. You look at all these elements together, and they paint a picture of a society that has firmly arrived in the modern age. It makes progress feel almost inevitable, doesn't it? Well, here is where we need to hit the brakes for a second. It is incredibly tempting for us to assume that societies just naturally evolve into modernity. I mean, we all kind of like to think that as the clock ticks forward, humanity automatically levels up, getting more advanced and more equal entirely on its own. But the source material we're looking at today challenges that idea completely. Progress is definitely not an automatic guarantee. Time alone doesn't magically build tech hubs or write constitutional rights. Actually moving a society forward requires a catalyst. As the quote goes, someone has to fight for it. Someone has to break the first brick of the old wall. Just let that sink in for a moment. True modernity doesn't just passively happen. It takes a deliberate and, let's be honest, usually a very difficult individual effort. To reach the modern world, someone has to look at this ancient, towering wall of tradition and decide to take the very first swing. It takes immense courage to be the person who fights for that initial breakthrough, the one who paves the way for the democracies and the education systems that won't even show up until generations later. And when you look at the contrast across history, it is genuinely jarring. On one hand, you have that energetic, electronic, forward-looking metro city we just talked about. But then, if we take a stark, dramatic jump backward in time, we land in the traditional, static, and honestly almost haunting atmosphere of 18th century Bengal. The tension between these two drastically different eras is exactly where our story lives. How on earth did this society bridge the massive, massive gulf between those sepia-toned traditions and the incredibly vibrant progress we see around us now? Which brings us right to the ultimate mystery at the heart of today's explainer. If we know for a fact that progress isn't an accident, and we know that getting to a modern, thriving democracy requires someone to strike that very first blow in the dark, well, who broke the first brick in 18th century Bengal? Who exactly is the true father of the Indian Renaissance? I want you to hold on to that question, because uncovering the identity of that visionary is exactly what we need to figure out next.